It's funny, you never really appreciate true silence until it's gone. That comfortable, quiet hum of a home that's all yours. For 5 years, this house was just that. It's a simple two-story place on a quiet street. Nothing special, definitely not spooky. It was my first big investment, my own little fortress, and I'm a pretty logical person, or at least I have a normal 9 to 5 job. I believe in what I can see and touch. The paranormal, that was always just entertainment for me. I'd watch the ghost hunting shows, read the scary stories, and just think, cool story. My life was simple: work, gym, home. This house was my retreat. It was filled with my memories, my sense of peace. No cold spots, no flickering lights, no strange bumps in the night. It was just a house, safe, boring, wonderful. I was always the girl who'd tell you that weird noise was just the house settling, or that shadow was just your eyes playing tricks on you. A total skeptic. God, I wish I could go back to that. Back before the weird little things started happening, the things I was so quick to explain away. At first, it was just a feeling. You know, that prickle on the back of your neck when you feel like someone's watching you. It started happening when I was home alone. I'd be reading in the living room and suddenly the air would just feel heavy, static. I'd look up, scan the room, and see nothing. Just my furniture, the walls, the sun going down. It's just stress. I told myself, anxiety. It had to be something logical. Then I started seeing things. Quick, dark flashes, right at the edge of my vision. I'd be working at my desk and a flicker by the doorway would make my head snap up. But there was never anything there. Or I'd be walking down the hall and glimpse a tall, dark shape ducking out of sight just as I looked. My brain is just filling in the blanks, right? A trick of the light. It was easy to dismiss because it was so fast, but it started happening more and more. About a month later, the sounds started, faint whispers, like hearing the end of a conversation from another room. I'd pause the television, listen hard, and nothing. Just the hum of the fridge. I checked everything, the vents, drafts, even called an exterminator. They found nothing. I was getting so jumpy in my own house. That peaceful silence I loved was gone, replaced by this tense, waiting for the next whisper, the next flicker in my vision. The feeling of being watched wasn't just a feeling anymore. It was constant, oppressive, but I was still clinging to my rational brain. I was just tired, stressed out, not sleeping well. There had to be a reason for it all. I just hadn't found it yet. I had no idea it was only getting started. The worst night of my life was when I hit my breaking point. I was barely functioning, just running on adrenaline and fear. I was so worn down. That evening, I just snapped. I decided I wasn't going to be a victim anymore. It was probably foolish, but I walked through my own house, my voice shaking, and told it to get out, that it wasn't welcome. I was trying to take my home back. Big mistake. Later that night, it wasn't a feeling that woke me up. It was a sound, a low, guttural growl that vibrated right through the mattress. My eyes shot open. It was standing right next to my bed, closer than ever, and it looked different. It wasn't just a flat shadow anymore. It had this faint, horrible shimmer around it, like heat haze off pavement. The pure evil pouring off of it was suffocating. I've never been so scared. I was paralyzed. My heart just stopped. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. All I could do was lie there and stare up at this thing. It leaned over me, and the cold was just wrong. It was a deep, internal cold, like it was pulling the warmth right out of my bones. Then I felt a hand on my chest. There was nothing there to see, but I felt it, the pressure of fingers pressing down hard. It felt like my energy, my life, was just being siphoned out of me. I felt myself getting weaker, hollow. I honestly thought, this is it. I'm going to die. But then a thought just cut through the panic, clear as a bell. Not today. I have no idea where it came from, but I grabbed onto it. I focused every last shred of willpower I had into that one thought. I stared right at where its face should be, and I screamed it in my mind. And it reacted. The pressure on my chest was gone. It straightened up, looked at me for a second, and then it did something new. It didn't fade or walk away. It dissolved. It broke apart into thousands of tiny black specks that just swirled in the air and then vanished. The room was silent. That awful, heavy feeling was gone. For the first time in months, I was actually alone. I gasped for breath, shaking like a leaf, and then finally I screamed. 2 months have passed, and while the very intense fear has stopped, the feeling of being watched is still here. It's like a constant low buzz of anxiety in my mind, and I still see quick flickers out of the corner of my eye. I still wake up tired, and my dreams sometimes have a dark feeling to them, making me feel unsafe. I am living in a state of quiet fear, always waiting for things to get bad again, as if something is just watching me. My whole way of seeing life has changed. I used to not believe in such things, but now I know there are unexplained, even evil things out there. This experience has turned my life into a scary dream, and I honestly don't know if it will ever end. So, I have to ask, has anyone else ever felt this way, or seen a shadow, or felt a presence you couldn't explain? If you have, please share your story. Because just knowing I'm not alone makes it a little less scary. If this story helps you, please like and subscribe, and remember to stay safe. And don't ever assume the shadows aren't watching back.